Jai Jai Shankara Rara Shankara. It gives me immense pleasure to see you all through this video. And I'm very glad and excited that I've been given an opportunity by the Divine to share some of my insights about various topics, including this one. Before I proceed, I humbly request you all to like, share, and subscribe to our channel Anarghyaa.com. Now, let me get on to the subject. You might be wondering what this video is all about. Yes, Sri Vancha Kalpalatha SriVidya Ganapathi. This form of Ganapati is one of the rarest Ganeshas in the world. For your information, there is no temple dedicated to this Ganesha anywhere in the world. So, his form itself is totally different, right? Above the neck, he takes the elephant form, and under the neck, he takes a woman's form, a woman goddess form. So, the speciality of this Ganesha is that all the forms of Ganapati, like there are various forms of Ganapati, Lakshmi Ganapati, Vallabha Ganapati, Kshipra Ganapati, Nardana Ganapati, then Lakshmi Ganapati, Heramba Ganapati, all these forms and many more forms, Veera Ganapati, right, Uchisha Ganapati. So all these forms of Ganesha are included in this, and by chanting this mantra, it is as good as chanting all the Ganapati mantras 4,44,444 times. Just imagine the amount of power that it has. So, by worshipping this Ganesh, you get that much amount of powers, then imagine. So, the beauty of this Ganesh is Ganapatyam, which means all the forms of worshipping of Lord Ganesh, Kaumaram, Lord Subramanya, Shaivam, Lord Shiva, Shaktam, Mother Divine, Goddess, whatever you want to call, Ganapatyam, Kaumaram, Shaivam, Shaktam, Sauram, which is worshipping of Lord Sun, and Vainavam, Lord Mahavishnu. All these are included in this particular form of Ganesh. The beauty of this Ganesh is he has 12 hands plus a trunk. Okay? And Ganapatyam, so 2 hands, Kaumaram, Shaivam, Shaktam, Sauram, Vainavam. So it has so much of powers. Okay, if I need to put it in one simple word, all in one, right? Then Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirodhanam, Anugraham, which means create, sustain, destroy. I'm not getting the right set of word for Tirodhanam, right? It is there in front of me, but it is not there, So then Srishti, Sthiti, Samharam, Tirodhanam, Anugraham, which means blessings. You get everything. As a human, you have the capability to create. We have the capability to sustain, right? And we have the capability to destroy. And we have the capability to bless. So, plus for Tirodhanam. I am not an expert in Sanskrit, so my sincere apologies for not getting the right set of word for Tirodhanam, right? I'm sorry about that. But, all the 5 is included when you worship this form of Lord Ganesh. Then imagine the amount of power that you can command. Right? Right. If you see, this Ganesh is, the worshipping of this Ganesh it's like, full of conflicts. You might first let me explain what is Vancha. Vancha in Sanskrit means desires. Sri Vancha Kalpalatha SriVidya Ganapathi. So, Kalpa is somebody, it's something like, granting. Lata refers to Mother Lalitambikai. So, a Ganapati who fulfills all our desires. So, imagine a Ganesh who is fulfilling all the desires of a person. Yes, that is the significance of worshipping this form of Ganesh. So, when I said conflicts, right, you might be wondering what a conflict is. See, for anything we do, the heart and the mind has to align, right? if we are supposed to do something where our heart is not there or our mind is not there or both are not aligning properly, then that leads to a conflict. By worshipping this form of Ganesh, the heart and the mind is aligned. So your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings are completely aligned with the task. So by worshipping this Ganesh, you will be able to reach your goals pretty comfortably, easily, effortlessly, and naturally. That is the significance of worshipping this form of Ganesh. Plus, in a few people's lives, they may not have had the desired growth. Despite having the talent and skills, they would have not got the desired growth in their life. Right? So by worshipping this form of Ganesh, you get the desired momentum. So what is in it for you? Suppose your life is completely still, there is no growth, there is no motivation, there is no drive. Then imagine what kind of a life it would be. Complete stillness, right? Full of anxiety, full of tensions, depressed thoughts, then disappointments, right? Being judgmental about something, it keeps going on and on and on, right? So, when life becomes meaningless, there is no purpose for a person, right? It's the dead end. I've reached a flashpoint in life. There is no professional growth, there is no personal growth, there is no growth in the relationship. Frankly, you're not enjoying what you're doing. So then this Ganesh is the Ganesh for you to worship. Because there are 16 forms of stillness. Panchabodha Stambhanam, Atma Stambhanam, Buddhi Stambhanam, Deha Stambhanam, Jiva Stambhanam. Like that, there are 16 different forms of stillness. By worshipping this Ganesh, you get the desired growth. You get the desired momentum. Okay? You get the desired growth. You get the desired momentum. You get what you want. Because when you are able to get the desired growth, you are able to reach towards your goals. You are able to work towards your goals, which is fairly important for you. Right? So again, this is the significance of worshipping this form of Ganesh. Then helplessness, hopelessness, worthlessness. Again, self-esteem issues. Most of the problems in relationships are due to self-esteem, low self-esteem. And this is scientifically proven. I need not prove that to you, right? So helplessness, hopelessness, worthlessness leads to lack of identity. Who am I? Right? Who am I? What am I doing? What is my purpose in life? When you do not know this, by worshipping this form of Ganesh, you get clarity. So you move from resisting you move to clarity. See, why a person is resisting? Because he lacks clarity, right? He is not sure about what things are there in front of him, how he should approach it. He has no clue. See, understand something. Known is always a pleasure. Unknown is always a pain, right? So when you are in the darkness, this form of Ganesh is somebody who dispels the darkness, if you could put it in that way, right? So that you get it much more easily, right? So this form of Ganesh dispels your darkness, the darkness within. Imagine then the amount of powers that we can command, right? Shri Guru, Shri Paramaguru, Shri Parameshri Guru, Shri Parapara Guru, Shri Swatma Guru. These are the 5 different states of Gurus. All this are a part of this form of Ganesh. Right. Then, now, here comes the real powers of this Ganesh. When you chant Shri Vancha Kalpalatha SriVidya Ganapathi mantras, it is as good as chanting all forms of Ganapati. Shri Vallabha Ganapathi, Bala Ganapati, Uchishta Ganapati, Heramba Ganapati, Kamalasiddhi Ganapati, Veera Ganapati, Lakshmi Ganapati, Kshipra Ganapati, like that, Vakratunda Ganapati, like that, there are plenty of forms of Ganesh. Imagine, now to chant 1 lakh japa in a person's life itself is a huge accomplishment. for one Ganapathi. Here, it is as good as chanting 4,44,444 times of all the Ganapati mantras in one go. Then imagine the amount of powers that this Ganesh offers. Isn't it? No, stop. It's not going to end here. There are much more. So keep your ears wide open. Right? Then, blessings of Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. Again, very, 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 very important. Right. Then, visiting one Shivalayam is considered very divine. Imagine visiting all the Shiva temples across the globe at one go. At one go. Imagine the amount of powers that you get. Imagine the blissful experience that you are going to get. Visiting Shiva temple is one. Having darshan of all the holy Shivalingams across the globe at one go. Right? It's not going to stop you. Again, just keep these ears open. Eyes wide awake, ears open. Right? Hold on. Visiting all the Shakti Peetams across the globe at one go. Chanting all the Kalpams at one go. All the Atharvana Shirishams, Ganesha Atharva Shirisham, Devi Mahatmyam, all Lalita Sahasranamam, Trishati, all these are a part of this. Imagine having a holy bath in all the holy waters across the globe at one go. All the holy kshetras across the globe, visiting it at one go. Having a darshan, imagine once in a lifetime visiting Kailash and Manasa Sarovar is considered very sacred. By worshipping this form of Ganesh, you are able to accomplish that. See the amount of powers that this Ganesh commands. Blessings of Lakshmi and Kuberan. Today, plenty of people either they have purchased property or they have purchased various things, right? All by loans and other things, and some of them have plenty of problems. Now, by worshipping this form of Ganesh, you get the blessings of Lakshmi and Kubera. Imagine them. Now here comes the real challenge or real opportunity. I wouldn't like to use the word challenge. Every person, irrespective of who he or she is, they have come to this world to experience something. So there are certain doshas, there are certain shapas, there are certain papas based on their karmic debts and so on. Right? This is universal. You, me, everyone is part of it. Now, by worshipping this Ganesh, you get rid of this doshas, shapas and papas. Right? You can decide. Then, Pitr Karma, if it is not done properly for the last so many generations, by worshipping this form of Ganesh, the doshas of the Pitrus is completely nullified. Okay? The doshas by not worshipping the Kuladevata properly is nullified. The doshas by not worshipping Agni Bhagavan is nullified. The doshas of the Pitrus completely nullified. Doshas of the Stri, Sumangli, Kanya are completely nullified. Doshas of the Navagrahas completely nullified. Imagine. Okay? Then, we call it as 1000 Pirai Darshan, right? Which means Sahasra Pirai Darshan means seeing the moon 1000 times, full moon 1000 times, something phenomenal. Or seeing the moon on Chaturthi day, Shankaracharya Chaturthi day is again considered very, very sacred. Like that, 1000 Pirai Darshanam in one go. Imagine the powers. Then, Lord Ganesh is also somebody who removes all the obstacles. Since I said, this Ganesh helps you in fulfilling all your desires, right? The seed of thought, either positive or negative, constructive or destructive, right? It would happen because the seed has the power of a forest. If you sow the right seed, you get the right results. If you sow the wrong seed, I need not tell. So by worshipping this form of Ganesh, whatever you have manifested, he will help you accomplish that. You have to manifest it the way you believe it is appropriate, the way you believe it is right for you, and whatnot. So, he is somebody who removes all the hurdles for you. Infinite abundance of wealth and prosperity. You will be able to accomplish it. You will be able to get it. Protection and removal of negativity, which is again fairly important. Guidance in all the initiatives. See, human mind is such that known is always a pleasure, unknown is always a pain. So when I'm starting something new, we all need somebody who can, stand by you and say, look, I have walked through this path. Now you can walk pretty comfortably, right? So by worshipping this form of Ganesh, you are being guided properly, which is what is very, very important. See, nobody can teach you how to work. It comes to you so naturally. If you don't work and if you do not take an action plan, that's entirely your mistake. But to take that action plan, you need guidance. By worshipping this Ganesh, Lord Ganesh will act as a mentor. He also acts as an advisor, and he also acts as an executor for you. See the amount of bhagya that you have to have had such a Ganesh like you. Then progress both materially and spiritually. I need not say, it will happen for sure. Then you become a kind of a magnet for attracting people, for attracting abundance, for money, for wealth, prosperity, peace, happiness, and joy, right? Then, in a person's lifetime, it is fairly important to do Sahasra Brahmana Bhojanam. Kings those days, they have struggled a lot to do Sahasra Brahmana Bhojanam. Imagine by worshipping this Ganesh, you get that. So imagine the amount of benefits that you're going to get, right? There are plenty of times we go through unforeseen obstacles. So just close your eyes, pray to this Ganesh, you are able to get rid of it. Removal of Navagraha doshas. There are plenty of couples today who have known problems, unknown problems. Sometimes they don't know why they have a problem, but they still fight with each other. And most of the times the couples love each other. Due to some external factor, they come and fight with each other. And at times look, there'll be a lot of nouns, there'll be a lot of pronouns. There'll be adjectives, etc., etc. That keeps coming day in and day out in any relationship, right? But by worshipping this form of Ganesh, the problems in relationships are completely resolved. Okay? So, couples who are having problems in relationships, by worshipping this Ganesh, they get rid of it. Growth and promotion, better job prospects. I can keep on adding the benefits, right? And as I was saying, Ganapathi Atharva Shirisham is considered very, 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 very powerful. Panchamaha Patakam. These are all problems in a person's life where there is not much of a remedy thing. By worshipping this Ganesh, you get remedy and relief from all this. What is the beauty of this Ganesh? See, Gayatri mantra is considered very, very powerful. Okay? So this Ganesh has Gayatri, Mahaganapati, Gayatri, Bala, and Mahashodashi, Lalita Tripura Sundari, right? So these four mantras are combined and chanted as one. That is the power of this Ganesh. Okay? Now, in case you would like to subscribe for this puja or homa, we do a simple puja by chanting the Mula Mantra. Then we have group homa because for those of them who are unable to pay more, right, we would like to help them. So group Homa. And then for those of you who can afford, okay, look, and I am willing to pay a little more, but I wanted you to come and do this individually for me at my place. Fair enough. Right now, we are avoiding home visits for obvious reasons. I'm sure you would agree and agree with our views. But whenever situation becomes normal, which I believe it is slowly becoming normal by God's grace, we would be happy to come down to your place and do this as well. So we have all the three choices. You can choose what suits you the best, right? So how to subscribe for this, you might ask. I will share a link with you at in the description. You can get the link. You can click that, enter your details, and go ahead and make the payment. Kindly understand the responsibility for sharing the Gotra, Nakshatra, and the names is entirely yours. In case you don't share the Gotra or other details, we may have to take your name and proceed. Okay? Since we are hard pressed for time, we may not be able to give you a call back. But we surely would connect with you through our channel, or in case you would like to have a private conversation, you can connect through Zoom on a one-to-one basis, subject to certain terms and conditions. All right? So, wishing you all the very best in Guru's grace and Mother Divine's blessings. Wishing you all a happy, healthy, prosperous, comfortable, joyful life. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Ashirvadam. Jai Jai Shankara.